Your host Danny, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. City so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Danny, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. City so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Danny, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively.
Hi, I'm Karen Justice, co-author of Widows Among Us, and you are watching Good Morning Frederick.
Oh, you are watching Good Morning Frederick, and I thank you so much. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, April 23rd, and I'm your host, Danny Gurry. I really, really appreciate you guys tuning in, and I love when you leave a comment. And remember, during the live show, when you leave a comment, I will show it on screen as long as it's appropriate for all viewers. LOL. All right. Good morning to Mama Cone. It is a hump day. Happy day. How could you not be happy? The weather is gorgeous outside. Sun is shining. Birds are singing. Bugs are flying. Last evening, yesterday I said, I want to go to the movies, and we were going to, but I started doing yard work. I started weeding. Oh my Lord, what a chore that was. I couldn't move for like an hour. I had to take 3 Tylenol last night just to make sure I could walk today. I was saying to Mama Cone, I need one of those little sit down weeding bench things. I know, I'm getting old, but the yard is looking better. We've realized that our yard, I don't think we mulched last year. So we definitely need to mulch, and I'm planting some extra stuff in places where things have died and cutting things back and all of that. Ash bought, I think, 15 bags of mulch. It's about a third of what we need. So anyway, he will be heading back to the store. I think each year I need to find somebody who just delivers. I just need like the subscription, the annual, hey, I need my mulch, and it just shows up in my driveway, and we get to it. But anyway, I'm telling you, there's just something about it when everything is weeded and mulched, just looks amazing. But I do need some plants, and I did post in Everything Frederick, and 2 of my neighbors, 2 friends actually, are giving me some hostas because I have this little garden on this hillside, and it's looking sparse. So anyway, that's been a lot of fun. I don't like the outdoors though. I have to say, the bugs, the scratches, I break out when I touch things. Apparently, I don't know what the heck is going on. Anyway, getting on to what's on the show today, which is why you're here. Thank you so much. Morning Roundup with Chris Michaels from WFMD. Not sure when we're going to see Bob. I know it's going to take a couple weeks for him to get settled, and he needs to get his internet going at home. And then I'm not even sure. Hopefully, we'll be able to see him eventually. But he is back in Maryland and getting settled and trying to get things organized. All right, I'm going to go over the events that are going on this week and those coming soon. We have a lot of great stuff happening, and I want to make sure you're prepared and you're marking your calendars. And then I'm going to chat with Debbie Williams. She is Frederick famous. If you don't know Debbie Williams, well, her family has been around for I don't even know how long. Her family owns J Bar W Ranch. She is a singer, played in numerous bands throughout the years, and used to host an event called Family Phenomenon, which was a fundraiser for the Patty Pilatos Fund that she started. And today we're going to talk about a family who helped her in the past and one that we want to help now in their time of need. And that's what our Frederick community does. It's why I love it. We all come together and we help as much as we can. Speaking of helping, a Mother's Rest. We are 7 days to the end of the month when you can help give money to a Mother's Rest by purchasing Good Morning Frederick merchandise at the Home of Everything Frederick or right online. If you order online, you can either have it shipped or for free, you can pick it up at the shop. It'll be waiting for you. You don't even have to do anything. But all Good Morning Frederick merch, 100% of the proceeds go to our nonprofit of the month. It means a $25 t-shirt. Well, $25 goes to the nonprofit. It's our way of giving back, and you get something cool out of it too. And even if you're just going to stop by the shop and, you have $5, you can get a couple chapsticks, you can get a sticker and a pin, whatever you want. I have these really cool metallic stickers in there now too, which are kind of cool if you're looking for a sticker for the fridge or whatever. Plus, you're going to want to get your Good Morning Frederick magnet because starting in September, it's going to pay off $100 if I am out and about in Frederick and spot the Good Morning Frederick magnet on the back of your vehicle. We're going to start that. It's going to be called Watch and Win, and that's coming in September. And I've got lots of other things coming up in the meantime as well, working on some really fun promotions. And I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. You seem to enjoy the egg hunt, which starting today, you can turn those eggs in, and Sunday is the last day. I would love to see of the 99 eggs that I haven't accounted for yet. I hope some of them get turned in, including the $500 winner. All right. Good morning to Tara and good morning to Pulling for Veterans. I hope you both are doing well. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get Hump Day moving. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can take that off screen now. Yes, I want to say good morning to our good friend Sharon Price as well. Happy Wednesday to you, my friend. All right, want to thank our show sponsor. It is now Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard of Frederick season for sure with these temperatures and the way the days are looking. This is my favorite time of year right now. This is it. Rita's is open daily from noon to 9 p.m. You can also pick up a hot pretzel while you're there or even an iced coffee. If you can't get to Rita's, they can come to you with everything, though, through DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats. And download that app and avoid those lines that you know are going to start building up daily at Rita's. All right. Finally, we're on time. Let's get this going. Morning Roundup is sponsored by Auto Trim Design of Mid-Maryland. Window tinting, paint protection film, ceramic coating, vinyl wraps like on the Good Morning Frederick car. Also, customized leather upholstered car seats. They can take care of all your aftermarket enhancements. Auto Trim Design of Mid-Maryland. Accessories for any lifestyle. Find them on Urbana Pike or at autotrim-md.com. Well, look at you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
So today, when me and Bob got off air, I gotta be honest with you. I've been doing really bad not coming on time, but I'm gonna have to blame one Bob Miller because when we get off air, we continuously are talking and talking and talking, and that's how you know you have a great relationship with your co-host when you continue
Yes.
to talk when you
Okay.
get
Well,
off
I
air.
get that. And
So
yes, I know. I know.
so
It's
today
you get
today I was like,
distracted, and I
yeah.
know it's just a few minutes after you get off air. So, but
Today I
the
told
fact that Bob is not showing up on this show right now, I might have to give him a little scolding for keeping you from being on the show on time.
so I was like, oh man, Bob, I gotta go. But yep, no, always happy. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Frederick. And I did get the okay, just to let you know, getting into movie night real quick, that we will do a live broadcast
Oh, okay.
before the movie. So looking at about 4 to 6 to do a live broadcast on WFMD. So maybe we can get some people on the radio
Oh,
with
I
me.
would. That would be great.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. We'll be doing it during Tim and Frank's show. And for those who don't listen to our show in the afternoon, Tim and Frank is one of our local hosts, and it's great because we always talk about politics. Well, Tim is to the right, and Frank is to the left, and so and this just goes to show you that no matter what side of the aisle you're on, you could always be friends. The two of them, they argue on air, but off air, they're great friends. They have, and a lot of times when I'm on air with them, I have to be the referee. I have to keep
Ah,
them apart because they're always
yeah.
going at it. But
I
we'll
love
be
it.
breaking into their show, and that way people who aren't there can hear all the fun they're missing and give enough time to get down. So
Yeah. That it's gonna be a great event. I'm very excited about it. I think we're adding some things to it, including our typical cocktails and conversation networking event, which we usually host at the home of Everything Frederick. We are actually moving that event to Warehouse Cinemas, and yes, Herbie says it's going to be a great time. It is going to be a great time because get this, Shannon Flannery and I are putting some money on the bar, on the beer wall, so that people who attend and come up and say hey to us. Now, obviously, I don't have endless funds, but we might be able to buy everybody at least one beer, and we're going to have a good time from that's going to be from 5 to 6. We'll buy the first round and to anybody who shows up from 5 to 6. And we've got some vendors who are going to be out there. It's going to be a party. I cannot wait.
I'll tell you what, and just to let you know out there, if you're under 21, no, that does not include you. You don't get alcohol, okay? You got to be 21 and older. And now with the Maryland, with the real IDs that you have to get coming up, there's no more like we were growing up, the fake IDs. You can't do that anymore.
Uh,
Uh,
okay, did you have a fake ID growing up?
my mother watches the show, so I am not going to say if I did or didn't. But
I did have a fake ID. Let me just tell you, kids today have to go through a lot more trauma to get a fake ID than we did back in the day. It was quite easy, actually. I'm sad to say, to get a fake ID. All you needed was a birth certificate. I don't even think I needed a second form of ID. I remember when I was young, we had a DMV or MVA, Motor Vehicle Administration satellite office was at the fire station on Bogman's Lane, Independent, I think it is. And all you had to do was walk in and show the birth certificate. So I actually had a fake ID with my photo and my friend's birth date. She was over 21 at the time. And so it was as good as real because it was everything me and just the date. But no longer can you do that with the computer systems and the, reflective stuff they have on them and everything like that. So I don't
yeah,
recommend, obviously.
times have definitely changed. real quickly, Danny, I wanted to read something to you. I find I find generations interesting. So how you have different generations, and I don't know what generation you're considered, but Bob is baby boomer, and I'm kind of on the spectrum of millennial and Generation X. I'm either a younger Generation X or older millennial, and I don't want to be called older nothing, so we'll just say I'm a younger Generation Xer. But this is interesting to me. Baby boomers are shocked that Generation Zers don't have these common skills, and Generation Z, I think, would be what your son is, right?
Probably
And
20 in their
daughter.
20s now.
So that's Generation Z, and then of course my daughter, my oldest, is 13. But here's some of the things that boomers are shocked that Generation Zers don't have these type of skills. And number 10, how to write a check, which doesn't surprise me because they don't write checks. I wrote
No.
checks. This is why I
Yep.
consider myself a Generation Xer, because I had to write checks back in the day, and there's certain
Yep.
things that I had to do that they don't have to do nowadays.
Do you
How to
remember?
cook.
Do you remember? Here was something we had back in the day too: floating a check.
No.
Do you remember that
No.
term, floating a check?
No. Mm-mm. How does
Floating
that?
a check was when you wrote the check and the money wasn't in the bank yet,
Oh,
but you knew that it took 3 days or so to clear. So you had those 3 days to make the money you needed to put in the account.
got you. Yeah, okay. I do remember that, but I didn't know you called it floating a check. Yeah, okay. So I do remember doing that. We just called it hoping and praying that you got paid on the right time at the right time. But yes,
Exactly.
I do remember that. Yes. Actually, heck, we do it now with direct deposit, man. You use your debit card, your credit card, you hope and pray that your direct deposit goes through. So it's still the same thing, except it's not called floating a check.
Yeah, except much more instantaneous today, that's for sure.
Correct. And this is mind-boggling to me. I think Generation Zers would know how to type on an actual keyboard because they still use keyboard.
Oh, they're born on keyboards.
Right. Number 5, how to correct change. That might be true too, because everybody uses calculators nowadays.
Oh, I'm telling you, what has killed them is, yes, first of all, the cash registers that just kick out the change automatically. I'll tell you what, you want to really dumbfound a young person if your bill is like $21.25 and you give them, the $41.25 or something. They just cannot handle the trying to figure that out. And if they've already put in, maybe that they've received the cash and they cannot, and you have to tell them, okay, I just need $20 back, or I just need this back, or, it's just, yeah, that's crazy.
I found out too, when I go and get crickets for my frogs, my pet frogs, I'll tell them, can I have 3 dozen crickets? They're like, well, how many is that? A dozen? I mean, come on now, Anyway, also, let me just say this one thing, okay? My teacher back in the day, my math teacher, Mrs. Weisenheimer, if you're still alive and you're watching this now, when I used to cheat with
her name?
Oh yeah, Miss Weisenheimer. Yeah. Miss Weisenheimer.
That was something we used to say, like, don't be a Weisenheimer.
Oh yeah, no, that was her actual name, Mrs. Weisenheimer. I think she was German or something like that. I don't know. But Mrs. Weisenheimer, if you're watching now, remember when I took out that calculator to cheat on my math test, and you said, Mr. Michaels, you're not always going to have a calculator with you in life. Well, were you wrong?
Yeah, she was wrong, way wrong.
Yeah, 100% wrong. Anyway, getting back to number 4, how to tell time on a clock with hands. How to address a piece of mail.
Yes.
How to read a map without GPS. That's something you really need to know how to do. How to read a map if you're out and about.
We were just talking about that last night.
Right. And this one was mind-boggling to me. How do you not know how to do this? How to unclog a toilet using a plunger?
Oh, come on. They should know that.
Yeah, I know. That's mind-boggling to me. Now, just a quick story about that, the unclogging the toilet with the plunger thing. I had a friend of mine a couple of weeks ago actually applied to it for a job at Taco Bell, and one of the requirements on the application was you have to know how to unclog a toilet with the plunger. So there you go. If you don't know how to do that, you're not getting a job at Taco
True.
Bell.
That's not true.
It's not true. I'm just making that up. It's
But that's
disgusting.
funny because
Hopefully
that
you're not
is
eating
the thing
breakfast
with
now.
Taco Bell, right?
Oh, it's the house goes up, boom, big fireball. It's a whole big disaster. Anyway, getting back into news. I'm sure we want to get into news here. Not a whole lot on the news front today. A lengthy, Danny's gonna hope from now on I am late again. That way I have less time on the show. A lengthy sentence was handed down Tuesday in Frederick County Circuit Court to an Essex man for sex abuse of a minor, second-degree statutory rape, and second-degree forcible rape. The state's attorney's office says that Douglas Paul Otto, 32, received life plus 25 years in prison, suspending all but 35 years. And on a serious note, Danny, it's me and Bob work for a news talk station. And it's mind-boggling to me when I come in every day and I hear Diana, who does a great job with our news, how many of these things are going on around the state. It's just it's sickening and it's scary. And I wanted to ask you a question. I follow this on Instagram, this petty, I forget the exact name of it, but basically what they do is they go online. These aren't police officers now. These are a group of guys who go online and they try to find pedophiles, okay?
Mhm.
And they find these pedophiles and they approach them with a camera in stores and stuff like that. And one of them yells out at the top of his lungs, "Hey, this is so-and-so. He's a pedophile, and he was here to meet a 14-year-old girl." And this is what I want to ask you. I want your opinion on this. What they actually do is they slap these guys around in public. I mean, they'll punch them, they'll slap them, and they'll kick them, which is mind-boggling to me. They don't get arrested for doing this because it is assault. And I know I'm kind of throwing you a curveball. What do you think about that, Danny? Because I got to be honest with you.
And it's actual police officers or just
No,
citizens?
these aren't police. These are citizens.
Oh, they're not. Okay,
These are citizens.
no.
They're not police.
Look, I think that's ridiculous. You cannot. You don't fight these things with that sort of behavior because then the focus becomes your treatment of these people who are doing terrible things, right? So two terrible things don't equate. They should be turning these people over to the police. They should be, I mean, I'm all for getting pedophiles off the streets, but that's not, they're not doing that. So you're not helping the situation. The police departments have amazing departments dedicated to capturing pedophiles and putting them in jail. That's what needs to happen because what they're doing, though, may be embarrassing for that person in the moment, is not a long-term fix. You can't assault people. I mean, it's just not right to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's so interesting because they actually get away with this. They've never been arrested for doing this.
Well, because how is the guy going to go press charges? No, because
but eventually they do turn them over to law enforcement. So after they actually do what they do to them, they do call law enforcement, and law enforcement then comes and arrest these people. But it's just it's
I don't like the stuff in the middle. Just capture them, get it done, and you don't need all that other stuff in the middle.
Yeah, it was mind-boggling to me how popular that these are getting on Instagram.
I'm sure because people like crazy stuff. So it doesn't mean it's good stuff. I mean, I remember they used to have, recordings of, people just walking up and hitting innocent people. And that was big too. And I don't know what that says about our society, except for the fact that, there are people out there who like all kinds of stuff. But in the end, we want to get these people off the streets. Just do that. You don't, now it says to me, you're doing what you're doing for the attention on yourself, not for putting them away, but for being nutty.
Correct. Yeah.
The stunt.
it's just again it's and I know it's a crazy subject to bring up, but it's getting so much traction on the internet now. But you know how we do internet, anything for clicks, as they always say, right?
Yeah.
The Frederick County Council on Tuesday took testimony on the county executive proposed budget for fiscal year 2026. The spending plan sets aside $508 million, $500 million for education, which is $10.9 million over maintenance of effort. But some people, like Frederick County Teachers Association President, said that 5 times fast, Missy Dirks, said the school system needs a little more than that. Wow. I'm here to urge you to fund the Board of Education to the fullest extent possible, not because this is my job, but because this is the right thing to do for our students and our community. She said, look, I'm all for, paying teachers. I'm all for better education for the kids. But my question is, through the state level, they also have an education blueprint that they're talking about, which spends a lot of money on education, and that money obviously would be coming to the county. So how much money really are we putting into the school system here? And
Well,
what's it going for?
Yeah, what we know, even looking at other states like New Jersey, where I believe New Jersey is still the highest funding per capita for child in the country, and that could have changed recently, is you can't spend your way to success. We know it to be true. So what we need to do is take a good hard look at where all the money is going, because the more money isn't equating to better results. Right now, we
Correct.
still have, I believe, kids not graduating high school knowing how to read and write and do anything. That to me is a failure. That means, I tell you what, I would love to move to an incentive based system for our schools. When kids succeed, and not just by testing, because that's what happened recently, in the last 25 years. Now it's all based on the scores on a test, but there's got to be something. Our system, I believe 100%, is top heavy. If you look at the top earners at FCPS, which is all publicly available, you start to wonder, what the heck? Where's the end point? It's not dripping down to the teachers and the students and the classrooms. So I don't know. I don't think it's more money is the answer for sure.
No, I agree. Listen, it's the what I would call the back in the 90s, the old Pamela Anderson effect, very top heavy. So yes, that's the only name I can think of right now is Pamela Anderson. But yes, I agree 100%. If you're going to spend all this money, I want to know what you're spending on. I'm all for paying our great teachers. Our teachers are some of the most amazing, patient people, and without great teachers, we don't succeed as a country. So I want to make sure people understand when I say that there's a lot of money going to our education system, and I don't know if it should as much as go. I don't mean to the teachers. The teachers deserve to get paid
100%.
more
People on
than
the
what they get
ground
paid.
doing the hard yards every day. I don't want to cut their pay. I don't want to cut their benefits. I want the money we're spending to go more to them, to help them, give them aids and give them support. I believe that when you look at which is that East Street, the building on East Street, that is where a majority of this money is going. And I saw it when my kids were in the school system. You had a great principal at a school that you loved, had a great rapport with the kids, and they take them out of the schools and put them in central office. And, this is now like the career path for great teachers, great administrators. And I think it's the worst possible thing you could do, because then you're removing them from where they're having direct impact. And I get the idea that by putting them in central office, now they can impact the county. But we know with bureaucracy, that's just not the way it works. They go there, they make great salaries, they have great pensions, they get great benefits. But are they really impacting the students back down to the very bottom? And I would have to say, no, absolutely not. They're not. And you have every administrator with 2 or 3 admin position people who are making money. I mean, when you look at the bloat at FCPS, it's just shocking, actually. So I don't know. I think we need to learn to be efficient. We need to learn to cut back. Maybe the top administrators don't get their raises. Let's just give them to the teachers. Like, I think there's options that are never even in consideration. And I don't know. More money is not the answer, though.
So one of the things that, real quickly, and I'll make this quick. One of the things, and I don't want to speak too much for him because Bob's not here right now. One of the things that me and Bob kind of disagree on, and Bob's all for teachers too. He's all for teachers. He loves teachers like I do. But my biggest fear is I want to pay these teachers because I don't want these teachers to lose them to places like Montgomery County, PG County, where they pay more. I want to keep our teachers here in Frederick County, our great teachers, and that money that we're spending on education, if it's not going to these great teachers to give them big raises, then exactly where is it going? Well, you just said it, top heavy. It's going to the top administrators. We're hiring more administrators. And I agree. It needs to go to our amazing teachers. Because some of these teachers, Danny, they actually spend their own money for their classroom supplies.
Every teacher I know. Every teacher I know has their Amazon wish list every year, and it has to buy supplies. They are given very little for their classrooms and all of that. I don't want them to have to do that either. I don't want them to have to spend their own money to have a classroom that they feel comfortable in and all of that good stuff. So, I know, again, I think sometimes when we look at these sorts of things, this is where it gets down to, I know they say the Board of Education race is apolitical, but it is political.
It's very
100%.
political.
And this is a problem. This is a problem when you have a majority of one side, which we've had in this county for I don't even know how long. And, they continually push for more funding rather than getting down to the tin tacks and figuring out what can we cut so that we can give teachers more money or more money to a classroom or more money, to bring back things like music and, phys ed more often and art classes and those sorts of things that we're cutting. So anyway, I know we could debate that for hours, but.
Yeah, electives are very important because to me, electives is that's what keeps the kids off the streets because they realize, hey, I'm great at art or I'm great at music. I'm going to focus on this instead of doing the other garbage that's out there, like running with gangs and drugs and stuff. And look, I know we're running out of time. I'm sorry. Do you want me to get to weather or do you want to?
I mean, I'm looking outside and it's quite beautiful.
Nice.
Are you going to change that at all? It's just going to be nice weather.
I am not. I am going to say this morning is a wonderful day. I always know when Danny steps outside and smiles because it's always bright out there. So that's what happened today. And that's my weather report for this morning. Frederick, let you go. I know Danny's got a lot more cool stuff to get into. And Danny, as always, I will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.
All right. See you. Bye. Oh, boy. I know. We could talk about that stuff all day long. I don't know. How do you feel about that? How do you feel? Oh, Michelle said she got her fake ID at a store in Georgetown. Yeah, I think a lot of people did that too. Want to say good morning to Gary Morton. Thank you so much for tuning in today. All right, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to get back to it with all your events, plus Debbie Williams, Frederick Famous, helping families still today as she has for decades in our community. All that right after this.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves, double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
Oh, my finger goes too quick on the trigger. I will make it up to Shannon and the real estate goddess who is helping Mama Cone purchase a house right here in Frederick. We're in the throes of it. Boy, I'm telling you, that is a process in and of itself. All right, let's get to what's happening in Frederick. Goodness gracious. Oh my God. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by our friends at Intense Barbecue, family-owned barbecue food truck and catering company. They always cook in small batches, even when catering huge events, to make sure that the food is as fresh as it can be when it's served to your guests or you. You can find them at intensebarbecue.com. It is the season for barbecue, and I'm telling you, their meat parfaits, they were one of the first I ever had. Still my favorite. Bar none. I love anything you can eat while walking around. You know, those walk around tacos with, in a Dorito. Well, the meat parfait is 10 times better than that. All right, let's go to what is happening in our beloved Frederick. Lots and lots of events this weekend. This is only a smidge. All right. If you want all the events, go to the full calendar, which you can find at the Good Morning Frederick Facebook page. Tomorrow night, it is SHIP's annual lip sync battle. I believe tickets will be available at the door, but get them now. ShipFrederick.com, $55. Join me and Mama Cone and Ash is going to be there. We're going to have a good time. You're going to get your food from Boxcar Burgers, your drinks from Attaboy. It's going to be great, okay? 5 p.m., 5 to 6 is the happy hour. And then after that is the 9 groups who are performing. And then Saturday morning, it is the TJ High School community yard sale for Safe and Sane. It's also the big cleanup in downtown Frederick. Bring a Broom is happening. And you can go to Eventbrite and look up Bring a Broom Frederick. And you can actually sign up under organizations that you may want to work with. So Key City Rotary, for instance, is going to be downtown. And you can sign up. So you can look at all the organizations that are volunteering to help clean up downtown Frederick and sign up under them. So you're not just wandering around aimlessly. At 9 until 4, it is Fiberfest at the Frederick Fairgrounds, which is a free event. Looks like a lot of fun. I've never been, so I'm going to try to sneak over there at some point. We also, of course, have our pop-up vendor event at 401 North Market Street. This weekend, there's jewelry, greeting cards, gifts, and more. I remind you, Mother's Day is coming up May 11th, I think. 1 to 3, I'll be broadcasting live on WFRE from Chesaco RV. Now, Saturday is a little crazy. Typically, I'm on the air from 3 to 7. But this week, I'm going to be on the air from, I think, 9 to 1. 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. I will be on WFRE and then scooching right over to Chesaco RV for the live broadcast from 1 to 3. So it's going to be a fun day. So if you're out and about over near that area, Chesaco RV, kind of offset, you can see it off 70 and off 144, which is Patrick Street extended, right when you get to like that Tulip Hill neighborhood. Anyway, come visit me 1 to 3 on Saturday. On Sunday, Stomp Out Heroin 5Ks at Baker Park. Pulling for Veterans has their big flea market. If you want to participate, just email outreach@pullingforveterans.org. If you want to shop, just show up from 9 to 3. I believe setup for you sellers starts at 7 a.m. So you can get out there, clean out your stuff. This is the time. Oh my gosh. I am so like on the cycle of spring clean every year. I just want to clean everything out, get it all organized and ready to go. We continue our pop-up vendor event on Sunday. We've got some custom etching and gifts being sold. We've got some essential oils, lots of other things as well. So stop by and see our pop-up vendors and support them. There's a bingo at Tuscarora High School on Sunday, and it is the Lucky E Rodeo at the Montgomery County Fairgrounds that is happening on Sunday. I think I was supposed to call him yesterday. Oh, I forgot. Okay. May 2nd is the immersive art pop-up at Give Rise Studio. It is the theme of spring bloom. May 4th is the Colonial Jewelers Wedding Walk. If you go to colonialjewelers.com, you can find out all the details and register. It looks like an amazing event. Even if you're not getting married right away, maybe you're in that long-term relationship. I hope you're not waiting for the ring or waiting too long, because that's a whole other issue. But anyway, I digress. If you're thinking about getting married anywhere in Frederick, this is a great event because you get to go walk the venues that are all set up with the vendors, so you can actually see what a wedding would look like. It's such a great idea, and Colonial Jewelers is fantastic for putting it together. May 7th is the exclusive screening of PTSD 911. And that is in Mount Airy, the Common Ground Stables, Common Ground Farm. You're going to want to check that out. May 8th, Alive at 5 kicks off for its season 2025. Love that. May 10th, 2 great events. You should be able to split your time and go to both. Starting at noon is the Maryland Craft Beer Festival. Then at 3 is Battle of the Bands. And those are both great events. And then 6 p.m. is that adaptive prom at Rock Creek Rec Center for those with disabilities over 16. May 11th is Mother's Day. Don't forget your mom, for sure. There is a marvelous Mom's Day at Tree Trekkers where moms climb free. Go to treetrekkersmd.com for details there. And of course, May 14th is that awesome movie night, which now will include cocktails and conversation. I need to put that on there as well for an off-site location. May 16th, we have Relay for Life in Frederick County. You can reach out to, what is it? I can't remember the website. Is it relayforlife.org? I'm not sure. ACS, American Cancer Society. If you look there, you'll find the details. May 17th, our Dream Pursuits. You know, we talked to Bev Schaefer. They unveil their new trailer at PNC Bank on Monocacy Boulevard from noon to 3. And then 7 to midnight, it is Kicking Up a Cure for St. Jude. And that is at the American Legion on Taney Avenue. May 18th, it is a Kids Expo at Keys Stadium. And there's also a Bingo for Pities at the Elks Lodge. May 24th, it is Climbing for a Cause to benefit Girls on the Run at Tree Trekkers. Go to treetrekkersmd.com, get your tickets. A portion of every ticket sold will benefit Girls on the Run. And then May 31st is the Run Like a Warrior Family Fun Run and Walk for Lyme disease at Hood College. And June 7th, it is Tour de Frederick. It's a great event raising money for the Rotary Club, which gives money to other organizations, and the Boys and Girls Club. All right, that is it for your events. If you have an event you want included on the calendar, just email it to everythingfredericklive@gmail.com, and I will get it on the calendar. Remind me if you don't see it. Of course, you got to check our calendars for all the details. Let's see. Pulling for Veterans. Yes. Set up from 7 to 9. Market open from 9 to 3 at AmVets Farm. Also, Saturday is the pop-up donation drive at Sandbox Brew House with Pulling for Veterans. That is I think they're looking for goods. I think do I not have that on the main calendar, Michelle? Double check and I'll make sure that's up there. Tonight, bar bingo at Brunswick American Legion. I think that is definitely on our full calendar. I could be wrong, but I think I included that there. And Saturday is our Dream Pursuits is having a soft opening at Sandbox Brew House from 1 to 4. Okay, I wasn't sure that was actually happening, but that's fantastic. Thank you for that. All right, we're going to take one more quick break, and then we're back with Debbie Williams to talk about how we can help a family in need, all after this.
Travel better with Antietam World Travel Service, your gateway to worry-free journeys. With their extensive network, unmatched experience, and personalized services, you can explore the world with confidence and ease. When you work with Antietam World Travel Service, you get convenience, experience, and connections. Go to AntietamTravel.com now and get started on your dream vacation.
Hi, I'm Devin, your friendly neighborhood shower door expert. Upgrade your bathroom with a beautiful glass shower door, custom fit to accent your space and make getting into your shower one of the highlights of your day. Come see us at our brand new showroom in Frederick, Maryland, or online at showerdoorexperts.com.
Experience an unforgettable vacation at the Salty Seahorse on the 4x4 beach in Corolla, North Carolina. Enjoy the pool, relax in the hot tub, fish, and kayak right off the private dock. The Salty Seahorse will be your forever vacation home. Go to thesaltyseahorse2201.com.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves, double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shattered family beyond compare.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is sponsored by The Healing Storm. Shannon and her team strive to create an environment where you're seen, heard, and valued. The Healing Storm focuses on alternative, holistic healing methods to relieve your stress and pain. Massage therapy, Reiki, lymphatic massage, and a healing journey program. Check out thehealingstorm.com for all the details and to schedule an appointment today.
All right, now let's get to who is doing good in our neighborhood. Doing Good in the Neighborhood is sponsored by the Maryland Lottery with tons of ways to win. Hot scratch-offs like big money where a $5 ticket can net you $50,000. Or the $2 Monopoly ticket with the top prize of $10,000. Go to mdlottery.com for all the details and download that free app where you can scan your tickets to see if you're a winner. Of course, you must be 18 or older to play, and we ask that you please play responsibly. All right, here is Frederick famous Debbie Williams herself. I got a chance to chat with her the other day. I am at the home of WFRE. We're in the boardroom, and I am with Debbie Williams. It is so great to chat with you.
Oh, it's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
So today, first of all, we cannot overlook your impact on this Frederick community over your long storied career.
Well, I give Father God all the glory because he took the dumbest woman in Frederick County and worked through her, and everybody had to see that the doors that were open and the money was raised was all of him.
Yeah.
So
you have done a lot though for people. You really, really have. And you have made huge impacts on people. And I know this just over the years, having worked and seen what you've accomplished. So you really do need to take just a moment, but I know you won't. But
you humble me.
but we are here talking about something specific that you sent the radio station, a story about a family.
Yes.
And so tell us a little bit about.
Well, this family, over the 30 years that I did the Patty Pilates Fund, helped me in raising money. Their children grew up in the Patty Pilates Fund at the fundraisers, doing 50-50s or setting up, breaking down, whatever I needed, you know. And one of the members of the family was also a recipient with ALS.
Oh, wow.
And they helped raise monies for that. In fact, they raised over $100,000 to help their loved one through the crisis.
Yeah.
So it was, now another member of the family has ALS.
Oh, my goodness.
And he has gone home to be with the Lord just recently.
Oh, gosh.
And Mike Hamilton is loved by everybody. He's originally from Monrovia, and his mother is Doris Weller Hamilton. And the Weller family, I mean, those roots in Frederick County.
They're deep.
Very deep, very, very deep. And, he's a young man that started with Pleasant Excavating. And
Okay.
Donnie Hammond was a big influence on his life, and he always wanted to have his own business. So when he married Amy Hawthorne, Hawthorne's a big name in the Linganore area, they started their own business.
Okay.
But him being instrumentally the head of that business, when he got the ALS, it really hurt the business.
Yeah.
And so when he passed, it's like they have no choice but to sell.
Yeah.
And it's a quick thing.
Yeah. And it's so sad when that happens, but it's happening more and more.
Oh, it
that,
is.
The next generation, it isn't their thing. They don't want to pick it up and go with it. And unfortunately, Frederick loses a big part of the economy by that. But now we need to help them
Yes.
clear out the equipment and things like that.
Absolutely. The family wants to do the right thing.
Right.
Money's due to a lot of people because of the quickness of him going down.
Sure.
And so they're going to have a sale at the JBRW Ranch. And,
Okay.
And that's my family
Yeah,
out
it is.
there.
Yeah.
And Lisa Williams and Jimmy Summers Auctioneering, are together in helping through this. And
that's
they're
great.
really beside Amy's side right now, because, it's hard on her. She's mourning.
Of course.
And here she is trying
to put together this, I know.
Yeah. And to make sure that she's trying to honor her husband.
Yeah.
And his memory and to pay the debts that they
right.
have.
And to make sure that isn't the cloud that mars the legacy of this great man and great family.
Yes.
All right. So there is an auction. It's Thursday, May 15th, and it is at JBRW Ranch, which is on Green Valley Road. And I'll make sure all the details are on screen for everybody. What are the types of things that are being auctioned? They can see that, I think, at Summers.
Yeah, they can go to Summers Auction and online.
Yeah, I'll make sure.
But there is already 25 states auctioning or bidding on this already.
Very good.
Yeah, and then I think one from overseas.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a worldwide network.
Yeah.
So if anybody can share it, that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
In fact, when I get done here, I'm going to call Tom the Telly.
Okay.
His first mistake was giving me a cell number. But, I saw Jay
When
Keller.
Debbie's got your cell number, let me tell you, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
In the best possible way, of course.
Yeah, but, we have people like Jay Keller with Canyon.
Yeah.
They have been just wonderful, and they're going to be there so we want the local people to come and support the sale and to help this family through this.
Well, we love that the community is wrapping their arms around the family, doing whatever we can to lift them up during this terrible, tragic time that they're dealing with, but at the same time understanding that they want to leave everything on a good note.
Yeah, they really want to honor Mike.
Yeah.
And he was so beloved. And it's we just ask, more importantly, we just ask for prayer.
Yeah,
we ask for prayer for this family, and that God will bring the people out to honor Mike's legacy.
Yeah.
Because he is home with the Lord. He loved the Lord.
Well,
really
he's
did.
in a much better place than the rest of us right now. So
yeah, but we miss him.
I bet you do. All right. So Thursday, May 15th, I'll make sure all the details are on screen. Please share it so that this family can have closure and really leave a legacy for Mike behind that they would like to, for sure.
And I thank you for that.
Thank you for spreading the word and taking this among, about yourself to make sure that this is done. And JBRW Ranch teaming up with
Jim Summers auctioneer. That's great.
Well,
Yeah.
I just can't thank that family enough for all
Yeah.
they did for
Yeah.
the Frederick community themselves.
This is the way it works, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, well, for example, we had raffled off a Harley Davidson bike, and Amy's mom donated it back. She won it.
Oh my gracious!
I mean, that's the kind of family that we're dealing with.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
we need to do everything we can for them. So
Absolutely.
I'll make sure stuff is on screen so you guys can go to it, share it with anyone you know who might need any of these items that are being auctioned. And let's do what we can do best, Frederick, and help this family kind of get over this one hurdle and allow them to move forward.
Move forward.
Yeah.
I just want her to be able to mourn
Right.
without the burden of
Right.
all this on her.
Right. Without all these things hanging over her.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you,
All
sweetheart.
right. Thank you guys for watching.
All right. Want to thank Debbie Williams for that and the whole family, especially J-Bar W Ranch and Summers Auctions for helping that. If you know anyone looking for some big equipment, I'm telling you, they had so much stuff and it I don't know. It just, I don't know if you can bid online. I think you can. I don't know if bidding wasn't open, but I didn't see much activity on there. So go spread the word to people you know that might have construction companies or, do big projects like that. Anyway, all right. That is it for us today. Have an enjoyable day. Try to get outside for a few minutes today and soak up that vitamin D sunshine. I love it so much. I will see you right here tomorrow morning as well when we talk more about how great Frederick is. I love it so much. Have an awesome day. Get out there and be great.